Hello, brothers and sisters. Namaste. Today I will talk about protecting yourself from negative energies and increasing your frequency. Someone requested if I could do these videos. Okay, the first one I'm going to share with you all is raising your frequency. This is called a mantra of I am, the I am presence. By invoking these energies, it opens up the gateway to your higher vibration, to your higher realm. We invoke the sacred 9 energy. The sacred 9 vibration is a completion of the earthly realm, our physical realm. Here it is. It is a mantra called the I am. I am the I am that I am. I am the I am that I am. I am the I am that I am. You can feel your solar plexus when you invoke this, that your sun inside of you is starting to brighten up like this, and you brighten every time you feel it. So there is no prescription on how many times you invoke this during the day. It depends on your wants, your needs, or your feelings. When you invoke this in the morning, after you wake up, you raise your frequency, so which is a good one. And if you feel like the energy surrounding you are detrimental to you, invoke that energy to raise your frequency. Now, there are many people that will say, like numbers, 9s, the numbers are bad, which energies in this planet are in duality, the positive and the negative. Numbers have energies, symbols have energies, everything has energies. So, a long time ago, when after the sinking of Atlantis, when they put a quarantine on this planet because it's starting to get taken over by the dark forces. The dark forces put a covering up in the cosmos to starve the sun from the rays of the central sun. So the sun's rays became negative. It became a masculine energy. This is why the Illuminati, the dark forces, worship the sun. They invoke the powers of the numbers, 9, 7s, 3s, 33s, and harvesting the opposite energy, the negative ones. When the intention of that person, the occultist, invokes that energy, it makes them powerful. Now, we have to know that there is good energies on those if we harness the good ones. So, the power of 9 is the sacred energy. Again, as I said, it is a vibration of the completion of the earthly realm, the physical energy. It is a vibration in opening the gateway to our higher self. The number 9 is a good energy. The number 6, rotation of energy, is a bad one. Now, speaking of energies, when I had just awakened, I wake up in the middle of the night and I could see bubbles, big bubbles of energies, like maybe penny-sized bubbles, quarter-sized bubbles, floating on air. And I was wondering, what are those? Yeah, and I kept looking, they're just floating in my room. And I was so amazed, and I kept looking and looking. I was puzzled and confused. What are those? And the next time when I woke up and I see these bubbles of energies again, and they look like, the bubbles in the window pane when it's raining, and I could see them floating. However, there's one that was active. It was circling your number 6, just forming number 6, and then start again, starting to form number 6. And this is when I understand the negative and the positive energies. And I said, so that is the negative energy circling in front of me, like maybe it's playing with me or just teasing me. But since I understand, and I didn't know this mantra long time before, I know at that time I have the power. We are all children of God, and we have the free will power. So I just commanded them to leave the planet, go back to source for cleansing. Now, if you to make sure that if maybe it's part of your negative energies, it's just playing with you, you command these negative energies. I command all negative energies to go back to source for cleansing and return to me when you're positive. This way, it empowers you back. Those positive energies returns back to you to make you. You are like a puzzle. To put that pieces of puzzles next to you, back to your body. Speaking of pieces of the puzzle, our many lifetime on this planet composed of many shapes that we incarnated into. Any forms, you might be the bad guys during you might be the bad guys on your last incarnations. Might be the demons, the reptilians, draconians, and then you died again and become. So these past entities, the past lives that we had in our past lives, they return to us once we are awakened. They starting to return because they didn't know how to return back to the light. And since they know you as the awakened, they're starting to appear to you. They might be your past incarnation and starting to ask for your help to take me back. So how do you help your aspects of yourself that were dark before? You share the light. You accepted them. You invoke that I, as my all aspects of light, that I share the light with you. I forgive myself from what I had before. I invoke the powers of the power of the God. I am a child of God. All aspects of me return to me. I share the light with you. Understand that anything that scares you should not be frightened of. Any negative energies that are trying to manipulate you, scares you, at first it will scare you big time. Have done it to me a long time ago when I started to awaken and make videos, just like it's like an exorcist, so many things happening. Every time I make videos, so many distractions. As I learn to grow and evolve and understand these dark energies, the spirits, they can only scare you 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. You start and say, okay, back off. I already know who I am, so you have the power. Because they can only scare you 1 time, 2 times. The 3rd time you say, you're starting to fight back. So at the time, I know my power, I just command them to leave. At first time, I was very scared. And I told them that if you don't leave, I will ask Archangel Michael to get rid of them. Because you have to know, you have guardian angel, you have ascended master, that the protector of our spirit, the protector of the Holy Grail. And if you feel so powerless, ask Archangel Michael to assist you to get rid of these negative energies, to protect your families. Do not be deceived by other imposters. They do impersonate the higher realms energies. So they pretend they're Archangel Michael or any angels, but they are just the opposite. They are very tricksters. They are very good deceivers. Any Reiki healers that are trying to be healers, and they had been tricked many times by these forces, showing them the power that they could heal their patients. And then when they gave permission for these negative energies to access their bodies, their chakras, and once these dark forces access and start to sit in your plexus, in your lower plexus, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, when they started to anchor there, then you are taken. You are, unless you are aware that you have the power to get rid of them by just the power of your willpower, that you want them to get out of your body. So you command them to leave and go back to source frequency. So many Reiki healers, many are victims of this. So you really have to filter these energies from your heart, because the power from your heart is very strong. This is the most powerful part of our body. I talk too much. Well, the second one that I'm going to share is envisioning yourself to protect you from this negative energies. Envisioning yourself surrounded by a platinum light. What does a platinum light look like? In our Android phones, the plus light there, when you turn it on, that is the platinum light. So invoke this platinum light, started from underground, circling 3 times, like 1, 2, 3, and then the second one is in the middle, and 1, 2, 3, and then the third one is the opposite way, like towards 1, 2, 3, that you are surrounded by this platinum light, so the negative energies cannot attack you. When I travel long distance, I imagine myself, I cover myself with a platinum, encircling platinum light within 2-mile radius to protect me from negative energies. So that's what I did. I envision and invoke the sacred 9 energy. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. You can do that to protect yourself. Our little brothers and sisters, start practicing. It helps you. You can feel it in your solar plexus. You can feel these energies.